What's up, guys? Goober Studes, and I just turned 30 a few days ago. It was a big deal for me internally, just thinking of how long life has felt, and coming to that internalization of how I've been fooled to think that life moves fast, that you're gonna blink and one day you're 40, and you gotta enjoy the moments and all that. And I think there's some truth to that, but I've been fooled into thinking that there isn't that much time and you're gonna grow up fast and all. And when I stop and reflect for a second, first of all, I can't even remember my whole life. First 4 years, you're basically a toddler, you can't remember much. And so let's just say I can only remember 24 years of my life, okay? And you will live a long life if you do this one thing. First 24 years, so let's say from 4 years old all the way up to 15, okay? That's 10 years, a decade. We're gonna measure in decades. That felt like forever. At that point as a kid, that felt like my entire life, which it was. And it felt so slow, and 5 and to 15 felt like dimensions and dimensions and lifetimes and chapters and characters all within that decade. It felt extremely long. And then from 15 to 20, that was one chapter that also felt extremely long. Like you're going from a teenager into an adult, you're going from high school into college. And for me, I started college at 15 and I graduated at 21. So that whole college graduation felt like a lifetime in itself. And then from 20 to 30, oh my God, that felt arguably longer than the first 20 years of my life. So the first 15, because we're not counting the first 4 to the 16. This 20 to 30 felt so long that I felt like the past previous years were short in comparison. And at that point, I wasn't even, that's when they tell you things start to move quickly, because you no longer have that time paradigm of like school and grades and progression. And then when you go into this adult world, there's nothing to progress, and months just feel like months and years just feel the same. But that's not true. Not if you understand this one thing, which is, first of all, from 20s all the way to 26 felt long, and then from 27 to 30 felt like an entire completely different lifetime. So it's almost like I'm extending my life every decade, every 5 years, every 3 years. Now I think from 30 to 35 is going to feel like a complete different paradigm. It's not going to fly by quick, okay? And that's because time only flies quick when you waste it. If you waste your time, it'll fly by quickly. You won't be able to tell days apart. You won't be able to tell the years apart. I wasted probably about 2.5 years in my 20s. So from 20 to 30, I can only remember 8 years. There's 2 years that were an absolute blur that I feel like I don't even know where it went. I couldn't even tell you. And that's because in those 2 years, I engaged in a lot of time wasting. And by time wasting, I mean I did things that I didn't care about, and things where I didn't learn anything particularly new. And it just wasn't aligned with the goals that I had and what I wanted. And it's not like it was a setback. It was like completely just misalignment. Wasting time. That's what I would consider wasting time. Not wasting time is just not going after what you want. Not getting what you want isn't time wasted. That's just experience. So if you just do that and you don't burn down your time, you will feel like life is forever, okay? If you sit down and work for 5 hours, those 3 hours will feel incredibly long. I'll feel like a whole day. Sometimes I'll work 3 hours, I'll get so much done, I'll be like, wow, I feel like I just spent a whole day working. And I'll look at the clock, what? It's only been 3 hours? So don't buy the lie. This is people passing down the pain, telling you time goes by quick. It goes by quick if you waste it. Yes, it will flow by like nothing, and it'll just slip right through your fingers. But if you savor every moment, if you're present, if you're not trying to escape every minute, right, it will feel like forever. You will extend your life forever. And the more extended your life is, the more experience, internal experience you have, the more your internal brain cocktail, your neurochemistry, that juicy juice gets more potent, you get more grounded, and you can just see reality through this complete own frame of what you consider as success, and you feel like you've lived a life long and fruitful, to the point, God forbid, if anything happens to me, if I did die, I would have felt like I lived a full life, even though I have not accomplished all the things I do want to accomplish in this limited time. I would still feel like I lived a great life because I lived it to the max that I could at my resources. And I'm grateful enough I didn't waste as much time as I could have wasted, because I realized this soon and I realized this quick, and it's just by mere circumstance that I always worked hard as a little young kid in school, so that felt extremely long. But I didn't waste that much time because I quickly snapped out of it and quickly realized that I don't like wasting my time. And now that I hit 30, I can just see everything in hindsight and be like, wow, thank God I didn't stay stuck in time wasting zone forever, and that I like and capable enough to do the things that I want to do. So do that one thing and you will live forever. And if you're just turned 20 and you feel like you wasted the past 20 years, I'm telling you, every decade, every 3 years, 3 years can feel like a decade. Just like how when I moved here to the US 3 years ago, that feels like a complete whole new dimension, lifetime ago, because that 3 years was full of potent experiences every single day, that it feels like that's a lifetime on its own. So if you're just realizing this and you're in your 20s or you're 25 or maybe you're just 30, just realize that there's actually so much time if you don't waste it. And it doesn't matter how much you've wasted, because realizing this today, your next 3 years could be a lifetime. So stop wasting time, get on that good stuff, and thank you for tuning into The Truth. Peace.